Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today nandito tayo sa doTerra Anniversary dito sa Dusit Hotel. Let's go! Kasama pa si Boss Rudy.
May kaibigan akong vlogger.
So magre-register muna kami. Ayan, sa doTerra.
The company, our owners, and as management, we make those decisions because we work closely with you. We don't feel pressure to hit certain numbers by the end of a quarter. Significant processes that we'll talk about in a few minutes to help ensure that you have the same. This is a picture of our founding executives, and as I mentioned, they not only wanted to bring essential oils to the world, but they wanted to bring positive improvement to all the lives that they touched. And this is really what's helped to develop all of our processes of how we bring the essential oils. We talk about co-impact sourcing. That isn't something we just thought up. Small farmers there, they realized very quickly when talking to them that they physical pain and challenges they go through, and including financial pains. They're a broker in the United States or in the EU somewhere. That's the traditional model. Of course, then it's purchased by a company and then sold to customers. Well, doTerra has taken out those middlemen. We would sooner, instead of profits going to some big conglomerates and brokers, we'd sooner have the profits go back to the people that are providing this, the essential oil. So we've cut that out. We work directly with the farmers and distillers, and then of course we include significant testing, which we'll talk about in a minute, and bring the essential oils directly to you. So every bottle of essential oil that you use to share with your parents or with your children or someone in your home, you can feel fully confident in the purity of that essential oil, but also that each bottle, that it's really contributing to the lives of many, many people behind that bottle who's brought that to you. You can tell something's wrong, right? It's somehow been contaminated, somehow it's been adulterated. Well, doTerra truly wanted to ensure that there was a standard so that every bottle of essential oil, whether it was manufactured 5 years ago or 5 years from now, is the same quality and the same purity essential oil, regardless of whether it's peppermint or lemongrass or whatever oil it might be. So we created this CPTG process, which includes up to 43 different tests that can be employed on each essential oil. Some of those tests happen at the time when the oil is first distilled. It happens when it first arrives in larger vats to our manufacturing facility in Utah and in Ireland, where we now have a manufacturing facility. We go through many other tests once it's been manufactured, even after it's been bottled, to ensure that these highest levels of quality are there for you. Individuals, and anyone that we share the oils with as individuals, as well as every individual that helps to bring us these oils. And it's through that we can improve lives of individuals, and families, and communities. Our mission between now and 2030 is to triple our impact. When we talk about tripling our impact, we're talking about tripling the number of growers that doTerra has, and tripling the number of communities that we lift throughout the world and positively influence because of co-impact sourcing and healing hands. We're looking to triple the number of leaders.
Okay, so if anybody is a little thirsty and needs to go back and get some refreshment, now is the time.
Officially launching a brand new product for the Philippines. Can anyone guess? Deep Blue Rub.
Blue, oo, yun yung kay Wendy.
There we go. Deep Blue Rub. It is an exciting product. It is one that my team has worked on for quite a while. We know that you guys have been wanting this. We've been working on to get this product to you, and we're excited to be able to finally officially launch this great product. Who here has tried Deep Blue Rub? Oh, great. Almost all of you. Those who haven't, you are going to absolutely love this product. You feel a difference. And then the great thing about Deep Blue Rub, it has a variety of essential oils. We're not talking just one essential oil. What we have is a unique proprietary blend of essential oils that help with, really with pain. If you have something that doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel good, like an ache or something that this is what this product is designed for. And again, it's not just one essential oil, but you can see we have multiple essential oils that help with that feeling of something different and also benefiting the skin and benefiting and soothing the skin that often is needed when you have something that's not feeling right. Okay, and everyone say that with me. Beta carotene. All right, that's not too bad, not too bad. Beta carotene, or a little simpler, BCP, is incredible chemistry. It's a constituent that really has incredible benefits. And those are some of those key benefits that we really see from copaiba. It's an essential oil that has the highest level of that beta carotene. So what does it do? Well, it can help with healthy metabolic support, activates the endocannabinoid system, which we'll talk about in a minute, and also supports healthy inflammation response. So those are some key things. When we're talking about pain, those are some key things that we need this beta carotene to help with. So beta carotene has the distinction, again, of being the first known dietary cannabinoid. We'll get into that, what that means. It is a sesquiterpene, which is the chemistry, which revolves around the chemistry of it, and it's found in copaiba, melissa, ylang-ylang, which we also noticed was in Deep Blue Rub, right? That was one of the ingredients, and also black pepper. But copaiba has the highest level of that. Now, what does that mean? What does that chemistry really mean for us? Well, our bodies have a system called the endocannabinoid system. This endocannabinoid system, there are different receptors in the system. What we find, the science behind beta carotene is it works with those receptors to help with pain response. So again, our bodies want to be in balance, and when we have pain that's showing signs that we're out of balance, the beta carotene will help get us back into balance. It's using those receptors within that system to help get us back into balance. And so copaiba, and using it with Deep Blue, you're really supercharging, making it even a better product when you have the copaiba. And that's the reason we have it in this kit. We want you to take the Deep Blue Rub and to really need benefit of pain relief, use the copaiba with it. So I would say take some of the lotion, use some drops of copaiba. Again, we have studies that show that it will help make it even better, a better combination. So again, great combination with science to show great complementary products with the two. Okay, some other things about copaiba. Again, we get it from Brazil. It's used for aromatic and topical use. There is some sensitivity potential issues, so we also in the kit, you may have noticed FCO, fractionated coconut oil. So again, if you have any sensitivities or you're not sure, please use the fractionated coconut oil. With that, with any of the different oils, especially if they're marked for sensitive, potentially sensitive, use that oil to dilute down to get it to a way that's going to be beneficial for you. Copaiba has been used, again, in tropical South America for many years. It's great. One of the interesting things that I love about copaiba, and actually many of our essential oils, we find that they're used in different people from different areas. So for instance, in the Amazon, copaiba has been used by the people in that area for centuries. And we go and And we notice that, and we then go and try and test the product and look at the science behind it. And that's where we see the benefit. So again, this is something that this copaiba has been used for many, many centuries of use in that area, from that area. It's a beautiful product that comes, what I feel is a beautiful place. In fact, why don't we show a video that goes over where we get peppermint and the great place that we get it from.
So here in Bihar, in northern India, on the border with not too far from Nepal. We've been working here in Bihar for almost 3 years on the peppermint co-impact sourcing project. And this is the distillation facility that we donated to our great partner here, Farms and Farmers. And we're working to introduce peppermint into this area of Bihar. A lot of these farmers once produced mint years ago. With the creation of synthetic carbon, they've lost their market and lost their crop. So we're helping some new farmers as well as some old farmers that used to produce mint in Arvensis to introduce paprika or peppermint here in Bihar.
So we decided to do this particular location because around this area we have many villages that cultivate in small patches. So this is not a centralized location that is convenient for multiple villages to have come in. Ideally within 24 hours they should get the product to the still to get maximum.
We have developed a unique model and mobile-based technology which connects farmers to their entire agricultural requirements. So small farmers, small Indian farmers, they can get access to better agricultural input, they get access to better and customized crop advisory services, and lastly they can also sell their farm produce to better market and bigger buyers. And that's how they experience more than 50% increment in their net income from agriculture.
Farmer comes and asks, I'm looking at a piece of land, so what should I do with it? So we advise him based on your geography, based on your soil content, this is the right crop for your land, and this is the right time for sowing that crop. On day one we start giving the right advice. So right advisory reduces the price significantly and increases the profit margin.
It's all about giving hope to the community, it's all about creating more prosperity to the farmer, to their family.
We are hoping to continue to find out more practical solutions to these social and economic problems in India. This is going to be a great opportunity for many to see that simple labor can change their life. This will make a great impact in the area, and I'm looking forward to many farmers doing this.
We're able to benefit them as well. Now, I have a personal, I guess a little personal thing with peppermint. I actually grew up in a state in the U.S. called Oregon. Oregon is just north of California. And where I grew up in a valley that has a lot of agriculture. And I actually worked on many farms as I grew up with different machinery. One of the things that we grow there, just like we do in Nepal, is we grow peppermint. And I remember as a kid driving along, and must have been around harvest time of peppermint, but I could smell this incredible smell of peppermint coming from the peppermint fields in Oregon. Ratios to get a blend that's proprietary that no one else has. And with Aroma Touch, we have different ones like cypress, we have, again, peppermint. So here we have peppermint again to get that benefit of it. Marjoram, basil, grapefruit, and lavender. Different essential oils to help with that pain relief that we're looking for. And then a great aromatic experience with the soothing massage. So again, we're looking with this kit to help for ways that we can help with pain relief. And here's a different way to help with that as well. So again, some great ways and a great way to actually build bonds. Now that we're able to be more with loved ones, those we care about, giving a hand massage, Aroma Touch massage to others is also a great way to build the relationship. You will be. So I wanted to talk about Smart and Sassy. Smart and Sassy is a great essential oil, and we wanted to talk a little bit about it. So Smart and Sassy is a great blend that helps with metabolic health. It has these great benefits. Now, when we talk metabolism, what we're talking is the helping the body with digestion and working to convert the food we eat in a healthy way so that we create energy. That's some of the basics of metabolism. And Smart and Sassy is a blend of essential oils that help with that process. Now, one of the things that we have is grapefruit. And here it shows that it is very uplifting. I love grapefruit. It's one of my favorite essential oils. It also can help with cravings. What we want is healthy eating to have healthy metabolism. And sometimes we get a little, our minds get a little bit out of whack and we have different cravings. This is a great product to use, to diffuse, to help with that. So again, we want healthy eating for healthy living. And so we have grapefruit to help with that. We have ginger and peppermint that can help with our digestion. They have great clinical studies that show the great benefits of these two. And so again, we have peppermint here, again, has so many great benefits, but one of them is helping with digestion, and ginger helps as well. So we have those. We have cinnamon that again helps with healthy metabolism, and also has some other benefits, but from a metabolism, a Smart and Sassy perspective, it has great science that shows the benefits of metabolism and having using it there.
So I hope to be able to grab a internship in doTerra, if that's possible, soon enough. So I'm here to talk to you guys about my experience with Deep Blue Rub, but allow me to digress a bit, because I have a funny story with my doTerra journey. So my doTerra journey started when I found those really nice purple paper bags at home that said doTerra on them. As soon as my mom came home one day, new shipment and whatnot, I was like, oh, what are these? Okay, it's doTerra. And I happened to have a classmate, a high school batchmate, who is also an active wellness advocate. And one day, as mischievous as we were, we decided to play with the class with the oils. So we had this teacher who had a very mellow voice, and he was teaching history. And we know how history classes go. Sometimes the longer it goes, you get kind of tired and whatnot. So my friend, out of nowhere, brought his own diffuser in our classroom and decided to diffuse lavender. Now what happens when you diffuse lavender, ladies and gentlemen? You get sleepy. Long story short, 75% of us fell asleep together with our teacher. Lavender, everybody, lavender. So to the students watching at home, choose your right ones. I digress and move on to Deep Blue Rub. So I think I'm the only one unfit to talk about Deep Blue Rub right now because I'm not an athlete, but I'm an aspiring scientist, so I can help out in the sciences. But nevertheless, I am an active user of Deep Blue Rub, and I am so thankful that it's a household item, simply because it's really a muscle pain improvement mechanism and whatnot. And I'm so happy to be using this. It's a house staple, and I don't know if all of you observe, but every Filipino bag, every mom Filipino bag has certain oils, certain trinkets in those bags. But my mom's bag changed as soon as we started using doTerra products. And from lavender, pastils, insulin, and whatnot. Now the DBR is in the Philippines. To the moms out there, you can finally add Deep Blue Rub on your bags. Can I get a Deep Blue Rub on 3? 1, 2, 3. Deep Blue Rub! Alright, thank you guys.
And I truly believe in wellness. This is my life's advocacy. And my dream is to have a healthier Philippines. Thank you, doTerra, for your lovely, superior essential oil. I'm now having my wild orange day just to recharge me. But this is one of my best ever favorites. And it's called Deep Blue Rub. At the end of the day, when I'm so tired, because I live such a hectic and busy life, I need the help of Deep Blue. And I just rub it and I'm totally relaxed. This is what I need. This is what you need too. And I'd like to thank doTerra and to SBSCL. Be well, everyone. We do know that stress is the mother of all illness, and the only way to unstress is to have the power of essential oils on your side, on my side. Let's do this together. Be healthier together, one step, one drop of essential oil at a time.
Sharon, good evening. Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to be here for the anniversary, and also really, I feel really honored that I'm here to talk about Deep Blue, because we know in the Philippines we've been waiting for it for the longest time. I'm sure, Michael, you've gotten so sick of people asking you like every month, when is Deep Blue Rub coming out? When is it coming out? And so now finally it's here. So as mentioned, I am a mom, but I'm also a fertility, birth, and postpartum doula. I am also I don't know if I should say this, I'm also a performer, so I'm a dancer. and also been recently dabbling in the performing arts. And so I've got a really, really busy day. Now, I also am a mom of 3 kids. And so that means that to be present in my children's lives and to take care of my family, I need a lot of help. And so I have the help, and I'm grateful for that help. But then Deep Blue Rub plays a silent but critical role in that whole process. Because if you could say it's the lubricating oil that keeps the machinery of our household running. Okay, so I have to, support women, support mothers when they're giving birth, when they're in the tub, in the water, and I need to get into all sorts of positions. And as you know, I'm not young anymore, so I do definitely need help because sometimes I come home and it feels like I've been crushed by a train. Okay, so I need Deep Blue Rub so that I can get up the next day and do what I need to do, get the kids ready for school, etc. Also, Deep Blue Rub has played an important role because it is kind of like the magic pill that allowed my husband to believe in essential oils. Because when I used to use essential oils, he used to call me a witch and was asking me what new concoction I've been coming up with. However, one time he got a frozen shoulder and it was so bad that we had to bring him to the hospital because he couldn't even lift his arm, he couldn't even drive. So I had to drive him to the hospital. And they prescribed the strongest painkillers for him as well as a number of steroids. And they said that he wasn't going to get any better, minimum 1 month. And I said, let's see about that. Dare me. So we went home that day. I'm like, okay, you can take your painkiller once, and then I'm gonna do something and let's see if we can make this work. So I took Deep Blue Rub and I used a gua sha to do myofascial release on his shoulder, all the while increasing the range of motion. And within less than 24 hours, he had full range of motion. So take that, no steroids, and no more. I'm not gonna name the painkiller, but if you can think of the strongest painkiller you can think of right now, that's probably it. And then for the house help also, they say our house help are very, in Filipino, social. Because our nannies only use Deep Blue Rub, because they have to take care of my kids. And some people say, oh, why are you spending, it's not a cheap product, right? But for me, anybody who you allow into your home as part of your family, who takes care of your children, who allows you to do what you want to do with your life, because we get so much help from our helpers, we're definitely grateful, and so they get to use as much Deep Blue Rub as they need in order to function on a daily basis. So that's my story. I'm sure you all have your own stories about how Deep Blue Rub has helped you. And more importantly, I think, especially for us mothers here, how it allows us to help others and to be of service to our families.
Guys, I'm a Philippine Taekwondo national team athlete. I've been competing in this sport for about 14 years now, and I've been with the national team for 12 years. My typical day usually starts by getting up, having breakfast, and of course, straight to training. I'm training today for 5 days, and then the weekends, I always teach. So I teach young kids, and it's a long process. So you can imagine, I get tired, I get body pains and aches, but of course, we have to keep going. And there is an item that I use every work. So a product that I use before and after my workouts is Deep Blue. It provides such a cooling and soothing sensation to the areas that really need it, like my
son, and I'm in high school right now, a senior. And it's good to be here with you guys today. So from as early as I can remember, I've always wanted to become strong, as strong as I am today. And I wanted to be strong so bad as a child that I would borrow my brother's muscles in the back and try to look pretty good. And in a lot of ways, I wouldn't be up here today with you guys showing off my muscles, because when I was 9 years old, I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, just like my father. And then I was in a hospital for 10 days, and the doctors keep on drilling in my head that I wasn't going to get better, this disease is not curable, and that I'm going to suffer a lot as a child and when I grow up. But then, and I was a sick person, a patient. Diabetes did change my life, and some things I could do and eat, and I think in a lot of ways, it kind of brought me the I'm sick mentality. But I had goals. When I was a child, I wanted to be as tall as my mother, maybe even my father, if that's even possible. I wanted to be as strong as my brother. And here I am at my first 5K race. It started great, but ended, well, you'll see. The audio was off, but I was totally dead. I was tired at the end of the race, and in a bit, I was almost puking. Didn't do my cardio, apparently. And yeah, that was me puking at the end. And the other thing I had was stubbornness. I was a very stubborn child. And when I started to do things, I would do them like nobody's business. Growing up, playing the trombone, and I was also in the track team, and I did a little bit of kung fu when I was small. And yeah, I learned some things even my dad and mom didn't approve of. And here's an example. And that's a real knife. And I have made real mistakes with that real knife. And I even did it with blindfolds on one time. And yeah, it took a lot of time to practice this. Okay. When I moved to the Philippines in 2018, I really started to try and develop myself physically. In some ways, I wanted to be strong and big. I was active, but I just didn't really know how to reach my potential. So right before the pandemic, I started to work out, and I loved it so much. It was like a drug to me that I never really experienced, and guess what? I got hooked in working out. And then the dreadful COVID. And I was stuck at home without any gym equipment, and I was alone. And I had two choices. Either to wait till the pandemic is over, and gosh, how long will that take? Apparently 2 years. And then, or I could use what I have at home, which is basically my body. I did push-ups, I did pull-ups, and I used my body. And I knew that nothing happens until something moves. So I started moving. I worked, and I just didn't know exactly how and why I was working so hard. But suddenly, I didn't feel like I was a sick person anymore. I felt like a person with possibilities. Earlier this year, I came on an ad for a competition that interested me. My parents supported me, and I decided to join a naturals bodybuilding men's physique competition. And once I signed up, something inside of me sparked. There was a fire that got lit. My parents told me to measure my expectations. You might not win. You're here for the experience. But I was like, no, I'm there to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to train as hard as I can every single day for 6 weeks. 6 days a week, every single day for 2 hours at least. And yeah, I told myself I was going to succeed because I'm crazy enough to think I can. And to me, I was not going to go there and participate. I was in it to win, to get the goal. And that started my 4-month journey to work harder each day than I thought the second place winner was going to work. And I knew that if I didn't work as hard as he did, or even harder, then he's just going to take the trophy. So, remember this point in 2019? Well, after a lot of lonely, self-motivated workouts, I finally started to reach my potential.
So in my work, I love what I do, like helping people. But I noticed that the more I work in the hospital, I get stressed out a lot. The way I spend my day off is to go out in nature, because I believe that nature actually helps me stay healthy and be able to focus on the traffic of life. Our patient post-surgery patients, and so the family are also stressed, and there is high expectations from us nurses and other healthcare workers to really, deal with everything dynamics of our patients and our family. And so on my break, I use my essential oils that is in the bottle. I call it the Angel in my little bottle. So I use balance oil, bergamot oil when I'm stressed out from work. So I use that and also share it with some of my coworkers that really help me, keep going for the 12-hour shift. And it's really amazing, and I'm so thankful for this. Thanks, doTerra.
It's an honor to be here. Already, or you're here because maybe you're looking for a business, because you're, something that, a business that will make you do something on a daily basis that you want, that you don't have to worry about overhead, that you don't have to worry about staff that you have to pay on a monthly basis, or you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I have to pay the Batilik or the Meralco, or, for your businesses. Or if you're here because you just love the oil, then you are in the right place. For whatever reason you're here, I want you to thank the person who invited you to be here, because it definitely will change your life. And forever be grateful to my friend Sandra for giving me that gift of oil 11 years ago. Because of that, I'm standing here in front of you today. And it's no joke. If anybody can do it, it's like what Shen said, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I am not a salesperson. I'm just someone who loves the oil and who loves people. Then, if you have that characteristic, you will be successful with doTerra. doTerra, together with the person who invited you to be here, will help you achieve whatever goal you want. Together, we can make it happen. Because you know what? doTerra is the best product in the whole entire world. You can never compare doTerra to other products out there. Right? Millions of people waiting for their prayers to get heard. To be, nakikidadasal sila, to feel better, to live better. We have the tools, guys. We have doTerra. So share away, use doTerra, and you are gonna be. There you go.
Thank you, SP. Now will you please direct our attention to
Happy Anniversary, doTerra Philippines. I'm so proud, honored, and humbled to be part of this very big celebration. Earning for them, and magkaroon ng isang business na susuporta sa kanila. Little did I know that it will become so much more than that. When I started doing demos sa mga barangays, barrios, remote areas kung saan hindi kayang abutin ng mga espesyalistang doktor, malayo sa ospital, malayo sa butika. Marinig mo yung mga thank you because they can sleep well, they can walk, they can eat again. Yung maibalik sa normal na pamumuhay ng doTerra ang buhay ng isang tao. And that's so priceless. So tama si Max Dupree. Sabi niya, ang first responsibility of a leader is to define reality. At ano yung reality dito? That we can heal people's pain. So the next responsibility is being a servant leader. It is a good idea to have a big goal like being a diamond leader. But to be honest, it's even better to have. It's even a better idea to just do good, to serve people in the best way you can, and to help others
of you who are parents understand that sometimes we love our children so much that we want to protect them from failure. And so, fortunately for myself and my parents, my poor parents, I have grown up to be extremely stubborn. And out of my stubbornness, I was stubborn enough to consistently persevere when times were easy and mostly when times were difficult. So with that consistency and perseverance, I hit diamond in 2018 before doTerra was ever opened within the market. With that consistency and persistence, I was the first founder at the peak of this pandemic. And so I'm sharing with you the story to really show you that there is no magic formula for you to succeed. I didn't get to where I'm at because I am somehow smarter or better than anyone. It's just sticking to it, and that's something all of you can surely do. And so I know during this year has been especially hard. Most of us don't really want to admit it, but this year has been such a struggle. And so if you've struggled personally or in your business, don't feel bad, you don't suck. We all are going the same thing, because the truth is, in this world right now, we're kind of going through an economic winter. And so for those of us who continue to find the grit and keep on going, we will be there to catch the rain when spring comes, and spring will always come. And so for those of you who are here with us, I invite you to start living your life 100% all in. Stop living life in the sidelines and start being the main character of your life. Thank you.